Hello, this is Beth. This is actually the second of two little videos I'm doing on twin flames. And with the second one, I'm going to be talking a bit more about how I go about doing a reading to look at what goes on within a twin flame situation. I call these readings, though, twin flames and soul connections, because twin flames generally, although they've become a lot more common recently, are still pretty rare, especially for the true twin flames. And a lot of connections I get are actually soulmate types or karmic connections, cosmic connections, but they will often function like twin flame. I know that sounds really strange, but it's like a lot of the connections, like especially say with like cosmic soul family, so with people that we've known from other planets, often when they come together at a sort of like allocated time, for awakening sort of thing, they will activate and wake each other up, because they will start to have memories of knowing each other on other planets, and then obviously the telepathic empathic link sets up, and they start to have memories of the other planets, etc., or wherever they've been, where they've known each other, and so on. But coming back to the readings that I do generally for twin flame and soul connections, what I will do to start with is obviously speak to the person. I will ask for the dates of birth, confidentially, of course. I don't ever spread any information. All information I receive is removed later, all in line with GDPR guidelines and rules. Okay, so I stick very much by the laws. Okay, but anyway, so I will ask for both the dates of birth of both twins or both people concerned, and then I will look at the connections between them. I usually do that looking through the ancient cards of destiny system. It's a system that's thought to predate astrology, going right back to ancient Egypt and possibly right back to Atlantis. And I have to say, I find it incredibly detailed and accurate. I mean, astrology is amazing, but the ancient cards of destiny are even more amazing. So I'll look at those just to see what's going on. Those cards will, the system will give me a very good indication as to how intense the connection is, whether there's a psychic link present, how deep the connection is, whether there's been past lives, what else is there? Oh yeah, karmic connections coming in, and whether it's a connection that has formed once a person has reached a certain level of evolution. There's all sorts of different types of connections. So that's what I will look at to start with, which is really interesting for people, and that usually will give me a good idea of whether the person is a true twin flame or not. Now the thing is, at the end of the day, twin flames, no one on this planet can confirm it for you except yourself. At the end of the day, the truth has to come from within. So if you suspect you are a twin flame, it's very possible. However, that needs to come from you within. Now, what is useful is to maybe get one or two others' opinions on things, get some guidance. So that's what I am here for. All I can do is have a look at different systems and also tune in and look psychically, to sort of clear up and provide guidance on things. And usually what I'm saying is really just backing up what the actual the person having the reading knows anyway, but it just helps to give a bit of confidence and to clear things up. So after looking at the card system and looking at the connections, I will then tend to tune into the person, and have a look at their aura colors. Just in my experience, and all psychics will see things differently and work differently, so get that really clear first. I'm very visual. I'm an aura reader, amongst other things. So what I find with the true twin flames is their auras are always and without fail very deep blue indigo. All right, no exceptions on this. This is the true twin flames. Okay, now there are other colors in there which are different, but the base color, their life purpose color, will always be deep blue stroke indigo. It can vary a little bit within that, but not much. And that is because it is indicating very much the level of spiritual awareness and evolution that person or people is at. Okay, so that is the main color to look for. Within that, I usually find that the other colors within the auras are pretty well defined and vibrant. Now you've got to remember that with twin flames, when they come together, they're already going to be at a pretty high level of evolution in order to activate. They come together and activate when our spirit guides feel it's the right time, when they are evolved enough to be able to deal with the changes and the ascension process. Okay, so their auras will reflect that. It doesn't mean with twin flames that the auras are identical. What it means is that their basic aura around them, the deep blue and indigo, is basically pretty much the same color. So they're on that wavelength. They're born on the indigo ray. Okay. Now, the other colours within them, though, are usually well-defined, brightly coloured. You will find with twin flames, though, that one tends to be more the masculine or divine masculine, and one's more the divine feminine. Okay, so with the divine masculine, you will tend to have the colours like reds, oranges, yellows, which are much more of the stronger, sort of masculine, active, assertive colours. Doesn't matter whether it's physically a man or a woman, it can be either. Doesn't matter. It's just the colours and energies they're working with. With the divine feminine, which is usually the female, but always it can be the masculine, it can be the male. Okay, they will tend to have more things like blues, greens and purples, and maybe silvers, although both can have silver really, which is a very psychic colour. So they tend to be more slightly more introverted, gentle, healers, that type of thing. Okay, so that's what you get with the twin flames. Soulmates will tend to have slightly different backgrounds, so they will have similar colours. So you might have one that's the deep blue indigo and the other one will be a lighter blue, or a much lighter colour in some other way. So the backgrounds don't match, but you will find that the other colours tend to match a lot more. That's what you get, because you have with soulmates, or you would hope so anyway, that they have a lot of interests, thoughts, activities in common, which is what draws them together in the first place. So you'll often get musicians that are drawn to each other because they're musical, but their actual life purpose might be slightly different at the back of it. Twin flames are different in that their true life purpose, the background, the energy behind them, the ray they're born under is pretty much identical. It's just that they might be doing different things. So the soul energy is identical, their soul blueprint is identical, but like they might be doing different things, or they might be like functioning like complete opposites. So they wouldn't necessarily come across each other in the normal way of doing things. They will meet each other when their guides decide it's the right time. Okay, so that's the second part of the reading. I will have a look at the aura colours. Simple as that. The third part of the reading then, what we'll do is go on and have a little chat about what's going on at the moment. I will use my cards, usually the tarot, because they are so detailed and so excellent, to have a look about what is going on with each of the people. What I have found with experience is that there are set patterns within the cards that pop up when it comes to true twin flames and twin flame situations. Okay, so I can have a look at the patterns in the cards, and I can use that to help sort of identify again whether the person is likely to be a true twin flame, or whether they're soulmates, or whether there's other issues involved. I'm sure you've heard of like empaths and narcissists and all this sort of thing. Quite often those people, or the empathic side of that, will think it's a twin flame connection, where it actually isn't, because they're going through such a lot of difficulty. So that is the thing. There are other soul connections that can function or appear a bit like twin flames, but when you put it all together and you look at the situation, you will know that it's not. So that's another reason why somebody might come for a reading. If they come for a reading and we can see that actually those patterns aren't there and the aura colours aren't what we expected here, then there could be something else going on here rather than twin flame. Okay, so that's the thing. So but the tarot cards are brilliant, because we can have a look at see what's going on with the patterns with the two different partners, and also we can look at other questions, like say the person asking the questions might be asking about their marriage, they might be asking about other relationships in their lives, they might be asking about new career choices. So there's all sorts of different things, or their children. That's the other one. Children come into it quite a bit. I get asked about that generally. Just to clear up again, I never read for children under the age of 18, okay? But I can look generally at a situation to see if they're in good health and things like that, okay? So I can do it directly with the adult, but like in a more overall situation, okay? I always follow the correct guidelines and laws. Anyway, that's off on another tangent. So that's why I do the tarot. Tarot is amazing. It gets in there, real depth. looks at the details. And then, to be honest, at the end, just people see if they want to ask any more questions. Is there anything else they thought of? And some do and some don't. Some are really happy. And that's how we go. That's what I do in a twin flame reading. But like I said, it's twin flame and soul connections, because it could be all sorts of different connections. And then we can look at that in more detail as well. It's quite common that, you know, I would say about a third turn out to be like, you know, more like the extraterrestrial connections. Which are very powerful in themselves. But in that case, we go off in a different direction. And quite often those people will come back for a reading later, more specifically on the other sides of things. But that's it as far as twin flame readings are concerned. So, I mean, I will obviously underneath this video, I will put my contact details if anyone's interested in any of that. If not, no worries. It's purely more to do with education. I'm talking about these things, helping people to be a bit more aware of what's actually going on at the moment. But anyway, I hope that's been helpful. Take care. Okay, bye for now. Bye.